Welcome back to TOI Auto, and this video is going to be particularly interesting because I am out on a proper adventure, which is the season 2 of Defender Journeys, the Konkan Experience. And we are out with 4 Defender SUVs, and here is what all you can expect in the coming few minutes. My journey is going to be taking me through very beautiful spots around Karnataka before I finally end up in Goa. Today, I have just completed the first leg of my journey, which was a road trip from Bengaluru to Coorg, which is also known as the mini Scotland of India. We started our journey from the hustle and bustle of Bengaluru, and after a very relaxed drive of around 6 hours reached Coorg, where the landscape turned into a lush green with heavy forest cover and misty hill roads. The organizers took us to one of the coffee plantations where we were given a crash course on the 2 types of coffee plants, the planting and harvesting process, and other key details that one does not consider when making their morning brew. So that was day 1 of our journey, where in Coorg we visited the coffee plantations, saw different types of coffees being grown, even peppers and even Mexican avocados. Now on to the next day, let's see what is in store for us in Bekal. The second morning we left for Bekal in Karnataka, and on the way Land Rover had organized a tour and tasting session at one of the local plantations in Coorg. So now it's day 2 of the Defender Journeys Konkan Experience, and we have just left for Bekal, and on the way we will be visiting a coffee roastery and see how the processes are and what kind of an experience we get there. December to February being the peak harvesting season, we saw how migrant workers harvest the coffee fruit before depulping it and processing the green beans. The green coffee beans only get their brown shade after drying under the sun, and the signature aroma comes at the roasting stage. Armed with the masterclass in coffee making, we had a coffee tasting session where we got to taste the final product in its different states. Soon after lunch, we started our drive from Coorg to Bekal, and this stretch of the journey was just breathtaking. We crossed the beautiful valleys of the Western Ghats and crossed the border into Kerala before ending the journey at the coast of Bekal. The beaches here were pristine, and before the day came to an end, the group was serenaded with a session of moonlight rafting where we got to gaze at the stars in the calm backwaters of Bekal. So that was our journey up till now. We have traversed from the busy streets of Bengaluru to the beautiful coffee plantations of Coorg, and now after traveling from Karnataka to Kerala, we are right now in Bekal, where we have just touched the coastline. And throughout the journey, we had the Defender SUVs with us, which are a hoot in themselves. And here we have the convoy of 4 Defender SUVs in all of their glory. Now the cars that we see up front here are actually the Defender 110 models and the HSE variant. All of them are equipped with the 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine and are generating approximately 300 bhp and 400 Newton meters of torque. They come with the 8-speed automatic and the all-time all-wheel drive system. Now the Defender's capability is obviously not a matter of question here, but the way these SUVs took us through the very steep coffee plantations and other riverbed areas is something that truly needs to be experienced. The SUVs also come with a really smart terrain selection program which can decide on its own the kind of capability that you require on a particular type of terrain. Otherwise, you can always choose to adjust the vehicle's ride height because of the air suspension system that it comes with. You can either take it up or come back to the normal riding height. Apart from that, the Defender's gearbox also allows you to choose the low range for mucky situations if you ever come across such a situation. In terms of driving experience, the thing that will really stand out to people who are used to SUVs and taking them off-road is the kind of comfort and ease that the Defender showcases when taking on really challenging terrains. Be it the pin drop silence inside the cabin or the really cushy but firm feeling from the suspension itself, everything in the Defender SUV is tuned to make really challenging terrains feel very effortless. Let's take a quick look inside the cabin of the Defender, and here is the kind of layout that you see in this SUV. As you can see, everything looks very purposeful and very utilitarian while being luxurious and comfortable at the same time. This is what the steering wheel looks like. Feels really nice. It's pretty big and also good to hold. You have a digital MID right up there, the digital screen right in the center, and overall the cabin of the Defender is a really nice, comfortable and roomy place to be. So by this time in our journey, we have certainly established that this isn't just any road trip but an experience of a lifetime. On the third day, we got to drive along the coast from Kerala back into Karnataka, where our next destination was the small pilgrimage town of Gokarna. However, along the way, we took a quick detour to Murdeshwara temple, where we saw the world's second tallest Shiva statue that stands at a tall 123 feet, and also the temple Gopura, which stands at 237 feet tall. After a very humbling experience, we continued on our journey. In Gokarna, Land Rover had arranged our stay at a wellness resort where the guests were invited to participate in a yoga session, beachside dinner, and temple visits. While the wellness resort was certainly relaxing, our experience inside the Defender 110s had been equally elevating, as it felt like the perfect road trip machine. On the fifth day, the convoy of 4 Defenders began its journey to South Goa, and we did not expect to see the special side of this popular tourist destination that the organizers had curated for us. From the private session at a centuries-old feni distillery to the exclusive farm-to-fork lunch with a celebrity chef, the Konkan Experience could have ended on a high note, but Land Rover seemed to have planned something extra. This was the off-road trail experience, where we got to test the capability of the Defender 110 in all its glory. From the increased ride height via the air suspension to the multiple terrain modes and the 360-degree camera with a dedicated off-road mode, the Defender is one SUV that you can take out into the wilderness without hesitation. It feels like an ultra-luxurious juggernaut. Something as tough and sturdy as the Defender has no business feeling so luxurious and smooth to drive. After our off-roading session, the adventure had come to an end, but the relationships among the guests and the memories made were everlasting. So that was all about this very unique journey that I have been on in the past 1 week. It started with my love for cars and travel, but it progressed into so much more. From the coffee planters of Coorg to the feni distillers here in Goa. Let us know what your favorite part was in the comment section below. Like always, do remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such content. Until next time, this is Amber Banerjee signing out.